the Armchair Sports Guys present the Jackass of the Week.
You suck, jackass.
Let's get wrap this show up here, and let's get to our famous Jackass of the Week. So, let me
I'm already
share.
coughing.
Let me share this screen here. So, if you didn't guess, our Jackass of the Week is, well, this shitbag here, Chad Wheeler.
I just
I'm gonna let Mike. Mike is gonna take
Yeah.
this one, so I'm gonna allow him for for him to get on the train here. But Mike,
yeah.
the floor is yours.
It's not gonna be long. I think we've all. God, I had so many things researched, and I had so many things I was gonna say, and all these list of guys in the NFL, because that's where this cancer is out of. These domestic violence, these beatings, and these assholeness. I'm so enraged by this story that I'm not even going to give any details. So this guy here, I mean, what is he? 6'7", 310-pound offensive lineman, whatever team he plays for now, Seattle, or did play for Seattle, beat the hell out of his girlfriend, the short and skinny, choked her out. They said it was a gracious acts of violence. I mean, this guy takes the cake of the number one. The only thing worse than him is OJ, and he killed people. This guy is so vile of a human being, of scum, that not only did he, and I'm trying not to get into details because it's not worth to soil the show here, but he strangled his girlfriend, beat her, left her in the other room because she wouldn't bow down to him. He then walks out to the kitchen, sat down at the table, eating a meal when she somehow 100 pounds soaking wet, beaten from this slime bag, somehow mustered some strength to get up, to walk by him, and his words were, "Oh, you're not dead," or "You're still alive," without even a thought that what he. So this is a guy that needs to be dug a hole, thrown in, buried, and just forgotten about from humanity. With that being said, I just, and we can give our own thoughts on it. I mean, that's as far as I want to go with it from my point of view. I think it just, the guy not only takes a cake for Jackass of the Week, but he takes a cake for probably one of the worst human beings to ever grace this beautiful world that we live in, because he's an absolute, pardon my language, fucking scumbag who deserves to rot in hell for what he did. But I want to say this, if the show gets out, if there's people watching and it's shared on any platform, if there's anybody you know that's going through, a victim of domestic violence, or going through any sort of abuse, or any sort of thing that you know about, hear about, victim of yourself, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233, 1-800-799-7233. Reach out, say something. This is not one of those things where if you don't say something, it'll go away. The guys like this, guys like, I'm not gonna name their names because they're not worth talking about. The list of guys that we all knew who they are deserve to be thrown away and wiped off humanity forever. This is just I'm glad we have this platform with, I mean, Jackass the Week is kind of a segment that we like to bring up to almost kind of like a fun sort of thing, but this deserves to be a forefront of actually something serious that's going on. And the NFL needs to really, really, really take a hard look at these guys. As unfortunately, it's attention for Roger Goodell and the NFL. They love this sort of thing. It's sickening how they love it, but these guys need to be wiped off humanity. So, yeah, Jackass of the Week, preferably Jackass of the Century. He might be in the running for that.
But yeah, no doubt on that one. I completely understand Mike, and I know I'm gonna take his picture off of our screen, just because fuck that guy. He doesn't deserve to be on there anymore. But I thought what he did was despicable. I know he said it was a maniac episode or something to that effect, and
bullshit.
And he's blaming it on the football and head injuries, and
yeah.
I mean, none of us can sit here and say that we know what it's like to be an NFL player and go through, what's it, a dozen or 2 dozen car crashes a game when you're a lineman, and I mean, and that's every game, to my practices and the damage it does to your brain. I get that. But the problem isn't just of what he did, but it was the mentality of the fact that because she wouldn't bow down to him, this was his reaction. That has nothing to do with football, bro. That has to do with you're a fucking scumbag. And that's it. Plain and simple. But you're right. I'll disagree with you, Mike. I don't think the NFL loves it. I just don't think the NFL cares. There's a difference.
Okay, that's better.
They don't love it. They don't love it. They just don't care enough to do anything.
You're
Now,
right.
Seattle, I think, has terminated his contract, and and he's been arrested and whatnot. But but still, it's like you said. The one thing I will say that I will agree is it's publicity, and I mean the old saying goes, even bad publicity is good publicity. Right.
Yep.
So for the NFL to still be in the, it's on our show right now. We're talking about it. So they're getting the publicity for it, and they're getting the NFL, quote unquote, the name out. That's what sucks. And I think that's if there's anything if there's a number of failings that Goodell has done in his career as a commissioner, but if there's any failings, it's giving these guys chance after chance after chance after chance, who are domestic violence guys, when a guy like Josh Gordon just wants to drink a few beers and smoke some weed and go play some football.
Ricky Williams wants to smoke some pot and get high.
Ricky Williams wants to chill out with
live in a tent in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, with who's the guy? I want to fly my way. What's the shit? Who's the singer?
Willie Nelson.
No.
I would say Willie, yeah.
Oh, give me a second, because I have to figure this out. Are you gonna fly my way, American Woman? Lenny Kravitz. He just wanted to party with Lenny Kravitz and smoke weed, and then go play football on a Sunday. What's wrong with that? Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all, in my opinion.
Hey, you can do it now if you wanted to.
Personally and professionally, there's nothing wrong with it.
Play in the NBA. That's a lot.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Ricky Williams playing the NBA. But that's the thing is, what's wrong with that? But these guys are going to get shunned. These guys are going to get ostracized and pushed out of the NFL. But the guys that beat their wives, beat their kids, whatnot, even if they're remorseful and they say they're sorry, oh yeah, your contract's renewed. We're gonna give you tons and tons of millions of dollars, and you can go play. In fact, there's going to be a guy playing the Super Bowl that is one of those people. That is one of, I will say, one of the great talents right now, not greatest of ever, but one of the great talents right now playing in the NFL that has this, that had that. So I think it sucks. Sean, I'll give you a couple quick seconds on this as well, if you wanted to.
No, man, it's sad. It's just a shitty situation. It's sad that and the thing is too, is if he said that the concussions and all the hits have if that's true too, man, that's sad too, because CTE is a real thing, and these guys are really mortgaging their futures and their lives just to get a paycheck, realistically. But I mean that's no excuse for what he did, but it's just a sad thing all the way around. It shouldn't happen, and I don't even want to talk about the guy. I mean, fuck him. It's just it sucks that it happened. He's obviously has something going on that's very wrong with him, and he needs to deal with it, and he needs to be dealt with. So hopefully, I mean, like you were just saying, the NFL doesn't really do much about it. So hopefully that'll change in the future. I don't think it's going to, but yeah, man, it sucks to hear stories like that, because these are guys that kids look up to. I mean, probably not him as an offense. Maybe some kids in Seattle that play offensive line think he's a great guy, a great player. I mean, but yeah, it sucks. It's bad for everybody. So just a shitty situation overall.
Yep. No, I completely agree. But that is our show.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, George, before you end, I'm sorry. I need 10 seconds here. Out of all the shootouts we've done and all the stuff we've done here, I've never won. But Hot Take Court, I think I beat you, didn't I? I don't want to say I'm any more of a champion or a victor, but I feel like I have to really rub it in just a little bit. That there's a new champ in town.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's the one victory I need, I'll take. Sorry, buddy. End it like that if you want. I like this.
On behalf of Sean Farhadian and Mike LaChance, I am GJ Mitchell. That was good. That was good. And you actually took your 10 seconds as I was counting down. You nicely took
that.
You bastard. Well,
I had 4 seconds to spare.
If you're watching, you obviously see Mike has a WWF championship belt. If you are listening, now you know what he's showing is he's putting it high above his head. He threw it over his shoulder. Gave us the Too Sweet from the NWO.
Hey, Ken from Connecticut, kiss my ass.
Kevin from Connecticut. Kevin from Connecticut.
Kevin, whatever the hell his name is.
Kevin, catch a Ryan. I don't know. Who cares? But for Matt O'Brien and Rich Mason couldn't join us. Sean Farhadian and Mike LaChance, the winner, I guess. Congratulations.
One more for the bad guy.
You won one thing, Mike. Congratulations. Good for you. Good for you.
Couldn't ask for better. I'm on top. I'm going to celebrate popping the bubbly tonight. A little bit of the bubbly.
I'm top of the world, Ma. I'm top of the world.